Hi guys, how are you doing today? Hope you're doing fine. Me, I'm doing fine. Today, I will share to you my personal review and my thoughts on the OneUp Components Carbon Handlebar. With this handlebar, OneUp Components claim that they're able to provide the right amount of compliance and also stiffness at the right places. So that's something that we will talk about in this video. I have been using the handlebar for a couple of months now, and I will share to you how was the experience. I will talk about how much difference it provides when it comes to ride quality and comfort to an average weekend warrior like me. So if that's something that you're interested in, stay tuned and let's get on it. OneUp's goal for this handlebar is to provide the most comfortable bar out there. That is having the desired vertical compliance of the 31.8mm handlebar and the lateral stiffness of a 35mm handlebar. They achieve this by minimizing the length of the 35mm diameter clamping area, which then changes to an oval shape at the point where it transitions to the standard 22.2mm clamp diameter at the control and grips end. OneUp has a patent pending for this design, so I think as of this time only OneUp is making these oval-shaped handlebars. At first look, the handlebar looks nice. You have the option to customize it with color for the logo, but you have to spend more for the decals. I chose not to. The bar comes 800mm wide with 8 degrees back sweep and 5 degrees up sweep, and is only available with either 20 or 35mm rise. I got the 35mm rise. Installation is quite easy. There are lines at the ends of the bars to guide you if you want to cut it shorter, up to 740mm, which is the minimum trim width. In my case, I cut it to 760, same as my rental. There's also a guide for the angle of the bar to match the head tube angle of your bike. But do take note that this is with reference to the OneUp stem, so it might not be useful if you are using a stem from a different brand with a different design. It is also important to not exceed the maximum torque specs, that is 6 Nm maximum stem clamp torque and 5 Nm maximum lever clamp torque. For reference, I will put a link for the install instructions in the description of this video. Before changing to the OneUp handlebar, I have been using a 31.8 aluminum rental handlebar. I can say it has been working fine for me for almost 4 years now. No problems at all. But of course, if there's anything that can be improved, why not? So I did try the OneUp handlebar to see if it is better. Now for the ride, I instantly noticed the difference when it comes to jumps and drops. I really felt that the landing is smoother and more forgiving. I'm actually surprised that the difference is really noticeable considering that I was previously using a 31.8 handlebar, which is already known for its flex. Same story on chunky sections, it does help absorb the chunky hits. Plowing through rough sections, I do feel that the handlebar provides a better job in absorbing the vibrations. Now, this is something that surely improves the ride comfort, especially when you are out all day riding. As for the lateral stiffness, it does feel that it holds up pretty well in corners, which is great. But let's say compared to my previous handlebar, I honestly don't really feel any significant difference. I guess it's because I'm not in that level of riders who hit corners pretty hard. And I can say that I'm not really a heavy rider as well. This handlebar is actually cheaper if you compare it to other carbon handlebars from major brands. This is great, but something that's not great is that you do have to buy the decals if you want a specific color for the logo. If I can suggest something, I would say that they should at least allow you to choose one color for the decals for free. And then if you want to get other colors, that's when you have to buy it. Just my opinion. Now for the downside, if you're using a 31.8mm handlebar, you will need to change your stem as well to a 35mm to be able to use the 1UP handlebar. This, of course, is additional expense. Also, I see that this handlebar is easily scratched. As you can see here, my handlebar already has some scratches from my blinker lights that I attached to it. The scratches are probably when I adjust the position of the blinker lights. Not a big issue, but something to keep in mind if you're a bit fuzzy when it comes to scratches. So, final thoughts from an average mountain biker like me. Coming from a 31.8mm handlebar, is it a good upgrade? Yes, it definitely is. I myself am very pleased with it. I wasn't able to compare it to other 35mm handlebars because I simply don't have other 35mm bars from other brands. But hearing from the general feedback that the 35mm bars are too stiff, I would say that the 1UP handlebar is a great option. 1UP does deliver what they say in their ads, which is great for them. Good job. Now, is it a reasonable upgrade in relation to price? I'd say depends on your budget. As mentioned, coming from a 31.8 handlebar, you will need to spend more because aside from the handlebar, you will need to get a 35mm stem as well. So there you go everyone, that is my personal review of the 1UP Components carbon handlebar. I hope this video has been informative for you and hopefully it would somehow help you in deciding if you really need to upgrade to this particular handlebar. And thank you so much for sticking and watching until this part. And if you're not yet subscribed, please do consider to subscribe. It helps a lot in keeping the channel alive. And to everyone who is already subscribed and who keeps supporting the channel, thank you very much. I really appreciate your support on this channel. Hopefully we can do more reviews and share more helpful videos in the future. So again, thank you everyone. And as always, happy riding. Cheers.